Last night, we did have a lot of column development with this fire. We ended up seeing that smoke column, which you might have seen, all the way up to about 40,000 feet. Part of that fire, what it does when it gets really hot and really cranking, is it produces what's called pyrocumulonimbus. Now, pyrocumulonimbus is when we get those thunderstorm clouds that the fire itself makes. It makes its own weather. We had that occur last night. And kind of in that more northeast corner of that smoke plume, we started to see some of those lightning strikes. And it's not necessarily the number of strikes that's important, it's whether or not they hit the ground. And luckily last night, our fire was only producing lightning inside of the plume itself. So we didn't see any hit the ground.
And we're going to talk about a little bit why the fire did what it did yesterday as far as its energy. And it really comes down to the dryness of the fuels. They're extremely dry. All of our indicators are up into record territory at this point. Our heavy fuels are single digit, and if the fine flashy fuels, which really drive the beginning of all fire behavior, they're down in the 1% to 2% range. So there's little to no moisture to keep a fire from working. And as all fires start, they start small and they'll start moving. And as they move forward and progress, consume more, they produce more energy, and then they start indrafting. We call indrafting, they pull more air into themselves. And all that adds up, and that hot air has to go someplace. So it starts creating columns. And with yesterday's atmosphere being as unstable as it was, it allowed all that energy to go vertical really quickly.
Falls fire, we use weather balloons in order to capture small scale local weather phenomena. We use a latex balloon that's filled with helium in order to launch a radiosonde, which is essentially a styrofoam box with a thermometer on it, GPS, and a wind. We rise to about 50,000 feet in the atmosphere. And at that point, the balloon grows so much due to a lack of air pressure that it eventually pops. And then the radiosonde just slowly falls right back down to the ground. The radiosondes utilize GPS to transmit temperature, relative humidity, wind, and wind direction back to our receivers that we then utilize to map out the atmosphere.